Deeper realm. Deeper realm. Deeper realm. Deeper realm. Deeper realm. It is only in deeper realm that you see possibilities. Every possibilities you see in life traffics inside the deep, and until you get into the deep with God, you are not willing to get it. Every possibility you desire is there in God, but you must learn to move into the deep to get it out. How many times, believers, how many times do we come into the house of God? Yet after coming, we go back the same. The same thing that has been happening to Hannah. Hannah, every time we come to Shiloh, and she will go back barren. She will come and she will go back barren. Until one day, she made up her mind. Today, I will pass the normal level. And I will move deep, because there is something deep. And that day, she went deeper, and she was able to get what she wanted. At the time she was praying, I know you have been praying. I know you have been working and doing everything. But that prayer is not enough. What you are doing is not enough compared to what God wants to do in your life. You must move deeper. Hannah went into the house of God, not down. Not like before. Manakita. Hannah will get you bed. I will never let you go, God, unless you grant me what I desire. When you went on, it appeared as if she was drunk. When the priest of God came and said, woman, it's too early to be drunk. He said, Master, I'm not drunk. It is the troubles of life that is dealing with me. And I am only here to pour it out to God. She moved deeper. If you don't go deeper, you don't expect to touch the heart of God. You can only touch the heart of God by the depth you go. Imagine the woman with the issue of blood. Everybody touching, but nobody contacted the power. But somebody moved deeper, beyond the level of the natural, and moved deeper and touched with a deeper level of understanding. And the moment she touched with that deeper level of understanding, power came out, and the flow of blood ceased. Deeper realm. It is the same deeper realm that made David to defeat Goliath. Why everybody was afraid of Goliath? David told them, I know the level I'm operating. I'm not operating on the level of ordinary. I have passed through the level of ordinary, operating in the level that is deeper than the level you're operating. And when they tried to doubt it, he reminded them there was a time that great bears and lions came out to pick the sheep, and how he killed and destroyed the sheep. And when it was time, they decided to prepare him and give him the armor of the word for him to go. He said, I'm not used to this, because I'm not going to fight with a physical weapon. I'm only going in the name of God. And when he appeared before Goliath, Goliath looked at him and said, how come you are bringing this little boy to fight me? How come? How come you are coming against me with just an ordinary wood, this little boy? I will give your body to the birds of the air to eat. And he said, no, there is a level of life I'm operating. That was what David responded. I may be small in your eyes, but I carry in me is that the God who created you, created heaven and earth. And if you are wise enough to go into the level of I am operating, nobody will tell you to run. But he thought it was just a physical thing. It was just it there watching, taking a look at him. And the Son of Man stepped backward only to release a stone. And because of the way he has operated in the realm, the angels of God moved into action, directing the stone to where they wanted to hit. Why? Because of operations of the realm. It is the same realm that made Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego in Daniel chapter 3 to address the king and say, oh king, we are not willing to bow before you. No matter how much you heat up the fire, we are not going to bow. There is something in us. There is a realm we are operating. A realm we are not afraid of fire. A realm we are not afraid to be burnt. A realm where we know we are in the same class with God. A realm where we mingle with God. A realm where we have conquered our worldliness and taken up the godliness of God. A realm that we are not afraid of what touches the body, but the only thing we fear is what touches the soul, and you cannot touch our soul.